Hello, I'm Mohammed Nurulan, and I'll be presenting our smart lighting scenes project. So I, along with Nimra Fiaz, developed this project. So first of all, project introduction. So it's a smart lighting system that allows user to control their lighting from their mobile app and browser. So we have integrated NLP via OpenAI, and you can just say commands like turn off all lights or apply cozy scene for a movie to bedroom light. You can speak or you can type, and that scene will be applied to the LEDs in the real time. So going to system architecture. We have three main layers. On the left, this is the embedded layer, and this is our hardware, two small NRF52, which are these. These are adaptive Bluetooth sense. These sit in the one is mapped to living room and one is mapped to the bedroom. So this is our 3D printed home. This is the bedroom, this is kitchen, this is living room, this is washroom, and this is hallway. So this is 3D printed. And so these adaptive Bluetooth sense measures temperature, humidity, and light and sound, and then send this data over Bluetooth to this ESP32, which is BLE central, and it acts as a sensor hub. It collects the data from both sensors and forward it to a serial connection to ESP32 through a serial connection, which is UART. And then we have 5 LEDs which are mapped to 5 rooms on GPIO 13, and we also have an OLED display stacked on this ESP32. So coming to the middle layer, which is our server layer, everything runs in Docker. We have Mosquito as our MQTT broker handling device communications, Spring Boot as our backend handling business logic, NLP, scenes, schedules, PostgreSQL, and data storing, and for Redis for caching and sessions, and our Nginx and Vue.js is here. On the right side, it's the client layer. Users interact through either a web browser or Android mobile app. Both connects the backend through REST APIs and WebSockets for real-time updates. So the flow is sensor collects data, ESP32 processes it, and MQTT delivers command, and users control everything from their phone or browsers. So this is a bit of architecture. So let's just move directly to the demo part. So to start the project, first of all, make sure you have Docker installed. So we do have Docker installed. And second thing, you will need to make sure to create an .env file at the root of your project. If you want Google sign-in, you will need Google Client and Google Secret, but these are optional. You can use email auth, and you do need to have Postgres exact the password and username. You can set JWT, and if you want NLP commands, you will need to have an OpenAI key. So once you have everything set up, you will just need to Docker compose build. So it will build your backend, front end, Redis, Postgres, MQTT, everything. So first time it will take a bit of time, but in the subsequent runs, it won't take much time because of the caching layer of the Docker. Okay, so our both front and backend have been built. So we'll just Docker compose up and dash in the data mode. So we'll start our Docker services. MQTT Redis backend and front end. We have 5 services. Okay, so now the backend and Docker compose up has been successful. Okay, so let's just move to web part. So you'll just go to localhost and no port, and you will land on the main page. So this is our main page, the landing page. In the sign in, you can sign up as well here, but you can also sign in with Google if you have your credentials set up. But if you do not have any credentials set up and you want to sign in, or you can sign up with test user, but I'll just sign in with Google. Okay, so here we have the user management. This is for admin dashboard. Only admin can see this user management and these rooms and devices. So admin can change the role from owner to test and guest, from resident to owner, let's suppose. So with the test resident, so this role has been changed. I'll just change back to resident, and we can disable any user. So this user has been disabled, and you can enable this back. So coming to the fun part, here we have default scenes. If I apply any scene, it will be applied to all of the 5 devices, all of the 5 LEDs here. Okay. If I apply, let's suppose, light to all of the devices, as you can see, the color has been changed. If I apply, let's suppose, morning wake up, so as you can see, and also we can apply scene via speaking or writing. Let's see. Turn off bedroom light. So I've sent the command. This is our bedroom, and this light should be turned off. And as you can see, this light has been turned off. So the command has been processed by NLP by OpenAI, and we can let's suppose change this living room light to red, for example. Change living room light to red. So this light should turn red. Yeah, so it has been changed. And we can create scene as well. Let's suppose, and this is our cozy evening. Let's suppose, and we just let's suppose see this and description ABC, all lights, not all lights. I want to apply this on kitchen, and here I can select the color for this light. Let's suppose I want to have blue color, and here I can select the color temperature, cool and warm. So this is a preview, you can see, and I'll just create this scene, and this scene is just created, not applied yet. If I click on apply scene, it will be applied here to this kitchen light. Yeah, as you can see, it turned to blue. Okay, so moving to schedules. Here we can create schedule. Let's suppose if I want the light to be turned off on midnight, on for example 11 p.m. every day, so we can trigger that as well here. So it's 10:24 p.m. So I'll just create a schedule. Turn off all lights at 10:25 p.m. So this schedule has been created, and it will turn off all the lights every day at 10:25, which is 22:25. Turn off all lights, and this is the trigger 0 time. How many times it has been triggered? So it has been triggered, and if 10:25 and all lights will go turn off. Yeah, as you can see, all lights have been turned off. So I'll just go to scene here and turn on all lights. In the scene, these are immediate commands. In the schedules, these are triggered at the specified time. So these lights will be turned on. Yep, as you can see. Okay, and we can create schedule as well from the create button. So I'll just test schedule, brief description, time based or sun event based. I'll keep it as time based. What time at 7 a.m. Let's suppose here we can select the days on which we want the schedule to be triggered. And action type, turn on, turn off, or set brightness. For example, we can set the brightness, or set the brightness means dim the light. If we set the brightness to 50%, it will dim the light. 50%, 25%, 100% means the light is completely turned on. It's not dim. So I'll just create it. The schedule has been created. So how brightness works? Let me show you. Set the brightness of living room light to 10%. This should dim. Yeah, as you can see, it has been dim. So there's a bit of delay due to MQTT inferences, but eventually the light got dim. So we have covered schedules and scenes. So let's move to devices. Here on the device, we see real-time sensor values as well. Temperature 13 lux. This is if I just hold this, the lux will go down. See, if I take to this bulb, the lux will increase. Yeah, this is the maximum value. So this is we have temperature sensors, we have lux, audio, video. Sorry, not video, audio. And if I just blow, you can see the sound level here. No, 46 and then 9. Okay, so these are the devices. We can see the sensor. These are the LEDs. In the LEDs, you can see this is the bedroom light. This is current color, as you can verify here, and the current color, the current brightness, current saturation. If you want to change the LED settings manually, you can do that here from here as well. So let's suppose I want it to be green, and I want to set the brightness 100%, and I want to apply changes. So this bedroom light should change to green. Yeah, as you can see, it has been changed to green. So these are LEDs, and if we move to rooms, so we have 5 rooms. Each room has any sensor or LED. Bedroom has a sensor and LED as well. Kitchen, hallway, and bathroom only have 1 LED. As you can see, here no sensors. And here in the settings, so these settings are only visible to an admin, not resident or not guest. So in the settings, we can enable and disable everything. So let's suppose if I want to enable lux-based auto dimming, so what it does, it will decrease the brightness based on lux. So it will. And if we allow sensors to adjust values based on the sensor values, we can turn on. Now our manual commands will not work on these two, because these two LEDs will have adjusted values based on the sensors, based on the sensor readings. And here we can set the brightness. We can have the temperature, how much temperature should affect the color. And here we have audio disco mode. So if for example a party is going on in a room, and there's a specified threshold, for example 10, and let me just give you a quick demo of this as well. So if I just blow in the sensor, the light will go into demo for disco mode. If I change the audio threshold, lower the audio threshold, and I'll just blow. So I think I need to, yeah, I didn't apply the changes. Yeah, so as you can see, I just lowered the noise threshold. So this light has gone into disco mode. So if I increase the threshold so that the sound noise level doesn't reach to this level, it will stop. Yep. Okay, we can also increase the disco duration from here as well. So if we want auto sleep OLED, so we can just tick this. If we uncheck this, the OLED display will not go off. As you can see, it's now turned off. If we just enable this, it will be online. So okay, I'll also show you what we display here on the OLED. So we have BLE sensor 2x2, sensor 1 ready, sensor 2 ready. Here we have date and time, and we can switch. We can see kitchen light, brightness, all the lights brightness, living room temperature, humidity, lux, and audio. Also we have for the bedroom humidity. I think for the bedroom I'll just the humidity didn't change, so I'll make it change. Okay, so these are the settings for owner. I'll just sign in. Okay, so we can add user as well from the web. let's suppose I'll just add dummy user. I'll email at dummy@test.com. Password is 1234567 8, for example, and we can define the role for this user, guest, resident, or owner. Let's suppose guest. So we can now sign in with this user uh, as guest role. So I'll just dummy user. So dummy@test.com, let's sign in with this user. Dummy@test.com 1234567 8. So as you can see, the role is guest, and we have been signed in with this role. So with guest, we do not have any permission to create anything. We can just view everything, the sensors, the layers, but we cannot create any scene. We cannot create any device. We cannot create any schedule. We can just view or try scenes. We can apply scene from here. Let's suppose I apply party mode, so all the legs will go into party mode. Not all of the legs, but except these two, because these two have the sensor reading values. Okay, so here in the schedule, it can only view the schedule. So I'll just log out from here. Moving quickly, I'll just sign in with resident as guest. Resident 1234567 8. Not, I think its password is password. So for resident can create schedule. Resident can create scenes and apply scenes, but resident cannot create view any settings. But resident can create a device. So we can create 4 types of devices. Sensor, if it's sensor, you will need to map it to any room. But if it's a sensor with if it's a device with multiple sensors, you will select a room, and you will type, you will select all the sensors that the device has. So by this button, it will select all the sensors. It will clear all the sensors, or you can select multiple sensors here. Okay, so I think it's all from the web part. I'll just move to mobile. So this is our mobile application. I'll just sign in with owner@test.com. Password is password. I'll sign in. So this is our web app, mobile app. The functionality is same. We have scenes and we have schedule for mobile and for web app as well. Here we can also speak and apply a scene. So turn off bedroom light. I think if I go to microphone, enable, it's enabled. Turn off bedroom light. So we can apply scene, and this bedroom light will go off. And also we can create schedule from the web app, from the mobile app as well. Here we have already created some schedules. So I also show you side by side. It takes some time to apply, yeah, but eventually it turned off. So if I go to schedules here, and if I create any schedule from the mobile app, it will be reflected on the web app in the real time. So I'll just delete this on bedroom at 6:15, which is this one. So the schedule has been deleted, and I can say anything. Turn off all lights at 10:43 p.m. So this schedule has been created, and it is also visible on the web app via WebSockets. So these are scenes, these are schedules. We can create a scene from here as well on the mobile app. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's suppose the description ABC, all eyes, all the, and brightness. We can set any brightness and we can create it. So the scene has been created, and we can apply that scene. So this is the scene, and we can apply that scene as well. Okay, so I think that's all from the project side. Thank you.